Happy New Year! It's 2018. I wanted to come on and do a quick video, a short video on some highlights for 2017 for Friends of Africa. My name is Akinya Doyo. I'm the president and co-founder of Friends of Africa. And I put down some things that we did last year. So instead of doing a newsletter, I just wanted to do a quick video since, a lot of people prefer to listen rather than to read over a lot of information. So I will start with the beginning of the year. So in the beginning, maybe I should go back a little bit and talk about what our focus is. So Friends of Africa is a nonprofit organization that focuses mainly on culture, passion, and connection. And we have um, one leg here in Houston and one leg in mostly Kenya. So our focus here is to teach children our culture, and then at the same time, together we give back. And in Kenya, we have a school, an alternative school of sorts that provides education for shepherds that would not otherwise be able to attend school. So we offer this space where they learn how to read and write, and they still follow the 844 curriculum, so that when they're ready or when their parents are ready, they can join the regular school. So the group in Houston we call Afro Kid Venture, which is of course under the umbrella FOA, Friends of Africa. So in the beginning of the year, the first main thing that I can highlight is the scavenger hunt for our Black History Month. So every February we do an annual scavenger hunt whereby we have clues in ancient Kemetic script, and the goal is for the children to learn both African history and African American history. Those that's the history that's little known and the recent discoveries or the recent happenings. And we make it interactive, we make it fun, that way it doesn't feel like a class. So a lot of this history is new to not just the children but to the adults. So it's a fun game for everybody, for everyone. And then the next thing we did was we went to NASA. In March, we went to NASA thanks to Kamwana Mwara, who's a Kenyan, born to Kenyan parents, living in Houston, works for NASA. And thank you so much, Kamwana, because we got not only did we get a discount, but he also accompanied us to NASA, so he was there to answer any questions that the children had, and it's always good to see someone that you can relate with in maybe the fields that you're interested in, and when on certain levels, I think they were able to connect because they have the same background, first generation Africans, mostly. It was mostly Kenyans on that trip. And then also I would really like to say thank you to Kiki, one of our Afro Kid Venture parents, for buying the t-shirts. And I think we wore those t-shirts for the first time at the NASA trip. A special thank you also to Ajit Production, who printed out the t-shirts and gave us a good deal. We also want to thank, of course, the Afro Kid Venture parents that brought their kids along. And that's that for NASA. And then around April, we had a lot of activities going on, but mostly in Kenya, in Samburu. Samburu is where most of our work is, or most of the people we work with are located in Samburu. In April, one of our sponsors, an anonymous donor, donated money for a boda boda. A boda boda is a taxi motorcycle of sorts. So it's a motorcycle transportation system that's used in East Africa. It's called boda boda. Um, that will take you from point A to point B, from door to door, literally, because of because it's more, it can be used in remote places, and if the terrain is not as good, it's also good in those areas. So this border border currently is being run by Martha, who is our point of contact in Samburu, and it's approximately bringing in 300 shillings per day, and that's about 9,000 shillings per month. And it's a little money, but it's helped, with a couple of college fees for the people in the community, and it's also helped Mother out, um, to be able to still maintain, because she's one of the teachers at the Shepherd School, so it's been able to help her stay there, instead of if people, let's say if there's a drought in Samburu, she would, before she would go to um, to Maralal, which is a nearby city, to find a job just to sustain her. So this has helped tremendously. So thank you, thank you, thank you to the anonymous donor. You know yourself. Asante sana. And then that same month, April, there was a drought in Samburu, and our Africa Venture parents stepped in, and we were able to feed about 85 people. And that covered money for things like maize, beans, cooking oil, salt, and transport for the food. So that helped a lot, because it was really dry on that month. Also in April, there was a girls' camp that we also helped support, which was in Maralal. It's in one of the towns in Samburu, so it's not as remote as where the shepherd schools are. And we also, thanks to Louis Asante Sana, we were able to get a smartphone for Martha. That way we were able to communicate, exchange pictures, and just have a cheaper way of keeping in touch. So April was really busy for us. So I'll move forward to the summer. The main thing for us was the Google Hangout. We have been trying to come up with curriculum of sorts to spark that interest for our kids to want to learn African languages, but we're focusing on Kiswahili right now. We have one of our Africa Venture young kids, well, older kids, use helping to teach this class, because I think it's more relatable when you are being taught by a peer. So we're trying to make it interactive, fun, and relatable. And we had a couple of pilot Google Hangouts, and I think those went well. So special thank you to Juma Jabari, the assistant. Special thanks to Fanto and Mercy. And of course, Victor, for helping as well. And then I would also want to say thank you to Elsa. Elsa donated a few Kiswahili books. There's a Kiswahili Mufti by John Kobia, and then there are some small books, Nyumba ya Sungura, Sungura Iko Hapa, and we also have workbooks as well. So we'll definitely be using these in 2018. Asante sana, Elsa. And then towards the end of the year, in November, we had we had we had a fundraiser at PeliPeli. Thank you so much, PeliPeli, for allowing us to do this. Um, so what happens is you go in, and we get a portion of what you spend. So in this case, it was 20%. Um, so there were also donations that were made by mostly FOA venture parents, and that was the funds donated on that day were used on the following week for our girls and boys camp. And this camp addressed things like early marriages, FGM, HIV/AIDS, and we were able to connect with 50 girls and 22 boys. So it wasn't as many as we expected, but it was a good number. And I think it was mainly because it was raining a lot on that week. Otherwise, we would have had more children come to the camps. But that was really good. So the money covered the food, and it kept the kids coming. So that was good. And then last but not least, on Thanksgiving Day, we had a holiday cheer. Our annual holiday cheer is usually done with in collaboration with Houston Holiday Cheer, and we usually go to a medical facility. We sing usually Kiswahili songs. Hopefully, bring them cheer. Give them cards, play games like Taboo. It's so much fun. The kids had a good time, and we really appreciate the nursing home facility for letting us in, and we also appreciate Houston Holiday Cheer for allowing us to work with them. This is, I think, our third or fourth year together. And right after that, after the holiday cheer, we went to the park with Uhuru Soccer Team, which is a Kenyan soccer club here in Houston that usually have tournaments during Thanksgiving. So we collaborated this year, and we had a family day out. The kids were, happy to see their parents loosen up and play, and it was a really big success because everybody had fun. And then, so those are the highlights that I really wanted to mention. There's so many things that happened in 2017, but I wanted to make sure that I say thank you to FOA venture parents. You've kept this going. I wanted to say a special thank you to Fanto. Joshua is completing his secondary school this year because of the Houston Marathon you did and the Boston Marathon you did. So that covered his whole high school. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you guys want to help, there's some ways that I put down that you can help. The first way that you can help is by shopping at Amazon Smiles. If you don't already support an organization, please consider supporting us, Friends of Africa, and I'll put the link down below. So go to smile.amazon.com, and we'll get 0.5% of your eligible purchases. It's not much, but it's something. Last year we got about $35. Again, haba na haba hujaza kibaba. Little by little fills the bucket. And then gift match. Another way you can help is through gift matching programs at your job. If your company allows for gift matching, please consider Friends of Africa. I want to say a special thank you to Cigna, Microsoft, and Accenture for matching their employees. So we have a couple of employees from Cigna, one from Microsoft, and one from Accenture that donated funds that really helped. And then thirdly, restaurant fundraisers. We did California Pizza, we did PeliPeli, and I think we'll do PeliPeli again this year, maybe more than once. So I'll keep you updated on that. And then last but not least, I still have some beadwork from Maralal, from the great people of Samburu. So they look like this. And isn't that beautiful? So you can get this for a minimum donation of $10. You can get this. We also have some donations by Manzi Closet. I will also put her link down here. I still have some of the items she donated that will go to Friends of Africa. All of the 100% of the proceeds we get from selling this go to Samburu. So we have bracelets, we have this, we have necklaces, and more bracelets. So so that's a way you can help us. Speaking of this items, I want to say a special thank you to the Shrine of Black Madonna. Last year in April, they allowed us to have a table at their Buy Black Market, and we were able to sell a significant number of our items there. So that was really helpful, especially during the drought in Samburu. So kwa haya machache, with that, I think I got, most of the things that we did in 2017. Just want to say thank you so much to everyone for your energy, for your financial support, for your prayers, and for being there physically. We would not be able to do it without each and every one of you. So let's continue with the Ubuntu spirit and make 2018 an even bigger and better year than 2017. Asanteni, erokamano, osheo. Happy New Year.